Science, Term 2, Week 1, and we're studying geology. Now it's a different term this term because a lot of kids are online as well as some in the classroom. So I'm going to be putting out a little video news article like this each week just to explain to everyone as a group what we would have usually done in the theatre together to go over what has been set for this week for your learning. So you might notice there's a few different changes to your web page now. On your class pages you'll have a news item here, over here, that you'll be getting each week to let you know what we're doing. That's where this video is going to be going. I've added in several different links areas here. One that's just general science links. These guys will move with you with every term that you're on. A specific term 2 link which has links to things that you need just for this term, not for other terms. And or the teachers have their own little teacher link down here. Now we're going to be working on term 2 geology this term, and essentially you're going to be learning enough geology to be able to start to tell the story of the Glasshouse Mountains using data that we've collected from this area. So using rocks, but also the layers of rocks. We call that stratigraphy. That's in the Glasshouse Mountains area. So you're essentially going to be learning how to tell the stories that are hidden in the rock and how to actually reveal the histories that we've been able to uncover by looking at the rocks in the Glasshouse Mountains. So this week we're going to be clicking on week 1. Okay, so everything's going to be in a week 1 in a weekly container, and you guys actually have quite a few tasks. Now to make it nice and clear, I've tried to set everything out into this success criteria. This is what you need to be doing by the end of this week. Actually, this might be week 1, week 2 actually. By about halfway through week 2, you need to have completed these activities. By the end of this week, by halfway through next week, I want you to be able to tell me about the different layers of the earth. You need to be able to describe to me what all of the key terms that we have in our Quizlet folder mean. You need to be able to talk to me about the different theories for plate tectonics. You need to be able to identify physical changes in temperature and pressure that as we go through the earth, so how temperature and pressure change as you tunnel down towards the center of the earth. And then on top of that, I want you to be able to use or tell me how we've used evidence to infer what the center of the earth looks like, because we've never gone there. I want you to be able to tell me about the evidence that we've used and how we've interpreted that evidence to come up with a picture of what we think the inside of the earth looks like. And that's through seismic evidence, magnetic field evidence, and fossil evidence. And last but not least, you're going to be drawing inferences. So basically coming up with a guessed or a hypothesized story that you think we can tell using data that I've given you about the Earth's structure. Okay? So without further ado, this is what we're doing. First of all, you've got to watch the introductory video here. It tells you about where we're going with geology this term. And you're going to be starting off with some pre-quizzes. Now we're doing this so that people can actually have the Education Perfect lessons targeted to what their knowledge set already is. So you've got 2 pre-quizzes for this week. Earth structure pre-quiz and then theories of Earth structure pre-quiz. You need to complete both of them. They will then change or develop what Education Perfect activities you're going to be given. So when you do those pre-quizzes, you will then be assigned Education Perfect activities on Earth structure, and this one here is theories of Earth structure. Okay, so do the pre-quizzes. You'll be then assigned recommended activities. Do those activities and you can tick them off. And then we have a few other little things that we're going to be doing. There's going to be some activities on folding and faulting and some activities on convection currents. Now each one of those is going to be either virtual or ones that you can do at home or in the classroom. So when you click on them, it'll take you through how to do those different activities. Last but not least, I'm going to be actually getting you to submit evidence of work up here, and you're going to be completing a post quiz to see how much you've changed in your understanding from the pre-quizzes. That post quiz is going to determine what homework you're assigned for next week. So you will be given some revision homework to prep for the exam at the end of the term. That will be dependent on the improvement that you've made compared to the beginning of this week, and it will assign you homework that way. For each one of these activities, you simply open them up, and the link to the EdPerfect lessons or the activity should be in here. It's not coming up right now, I think, simply because Education Perfect was having a bit of a conniption, but it should actually appear with the links to the Education Perfect lesson in there. If not, I'll have that sorted by the time you get to class. All right, good luck, guys. If you have any questions, then we're going to... I actually want to add in a forum on our class pages as well, so we can all post questions there and have them answered by all the teachers regardless of which class that you're in. So please post any of your questions there rather than email unless it's a specific one-on-one question. Okay guys, good luck, and I'll see you next week.